Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
Hearing no comments, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None, thank you. We have a special presentation this morning. Myra, do we have Myra available? Join me at the podium. Okay. We have a special presentation for the Casa de Esperanza Proclamation on Sexual Assault Awareness Month, July of 2022. Whereas sexual assault is an intolerable violent crime with public health implications for every person as a victim, survivor, or as a family member, significant other, neighbor, co-worker of a victim, survivor, and whereas Casa de Esperanza has led the way in addressing sexual assault by providing 24-hour hotline service to victims and survivors, and whereas ending sexual assault must include active public and private efforts to end sexual violence in collaboration with Casa de Esperanza, and whereas Casa de Esperanza has set an important example of how foregoing collaborative relationships between service agencies and organizations serves to improve the quality of service for those most profoundly and directly impacted by sexual violence. And whereas Casa de Esperanza requests the public support and assistance, it continues in its efforts to bring real hope for freeing victims from the tragedy of sexual violence to create a future where all women, men, children can live free from violence and exploitation. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Yuba County Board of Supervisors, in recognition of the important work done by sexual assault programs in cooperation with Casa de Esperanza, hereby proclaims the month of July 2022 that no means no. People working together can make a difference in the fight against sexual assault and gender violence in our community.
I just wanted to say thank you for your support, and I wanted to share a couple events we're having this month for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So this Thursday, July 14th, we're hosting Denim Day, and we're asking all agencies to have their employees wear denim. This is born from an event in Italy in 1999 that happened where a judge ruled that a woman was not able to be raped if she was wearing jeans because it's too hard to take them off. So to bring awareness, we're asking everybody to wear denim. So that's this Thursday. Saturday, July 23rd, we'll be hosting Walk a Mile in Her Shoes at the mall in Yuba City to bring awareness. And we're asking people to come at 11 a.m. It'll be fun. We'll walk around the mall, and men will be wearing heels that day if they want to.
Levi's?
Just heels that day. Any pants you want to wear that day. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
And I'll leave some flyers at the front.
Thanks. Okay, moving to public communications.
Any person may speak about any subject of concern, provided it is within the jurisdiction of the Board of Supervisors and is not already on today's agenda. The total amount of time allotted for receiving such public communication shall be limited to a total of 15 minutes, and each individual or group will be limited to no more than 3 minutes. Prior to this time, speakers are requested to fill out a request to speak card and submit it to the clerk of the Board of Supervisors. If you are participating via Zoom and wish to comment, please use the raise hand function or *9 if participating on a phone. Please note no board action can be taken on comments made under this heading. And through the chair, we have 1 card and no hands raised on Zoom.
Okay.
The first card is for Karen Liggett.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, it's sort of. And Andy, I'm not smiling, Andy, because of the corruption in our town is continuing. When it stops, I'll start smiling. But I also want to address one thing. I've asked 9 times in the last 2 years. There's 8 trees going from Marysville to Clipper Mills. And if rain or the snow hits it, it's going to hit one of our cars. It's a danger. And now I'm asking the board to send somebody up there to remove them. Because I just seen 3 of them going up to Brownsville just last week. But I didn't go further up because that's where the other ones are. But I would like to request for that wood to be removed and all the trees. And also, I'm giving the board notice that I'm going to start watching the fellowship property on who's going there and when, day and night. I'm going to have videotape of it because then that way I have proof when I go to the feds that this board is doing corruption with the fellowship, which is our neighborhood cult. Because I found out some more information last night about the fellowship. I was up till 1 o'clock in the morning and I got more information. They are corrupt, they are dangerous, and something needs to be done. The killings, the rapes, the free labor, all that stuff. It's got to go from Yuba County. And if this board does not care about our county, you don't need to be there. If you have your own agenda, get off the board. You're not representing us. Thank you.
Thank you. Under county departments, Human Resources adopt resolution amending the classification system basic salary hourly schedule. What do you have for us?
Morning, Chairman.
Good morning.
Members of the board. Cindy Clark from Human Resources. So each July, HR brings before the board the county's salary schedule in its entirety. And it includes a couple of things. It includes approved class and comp changes through the proposed fiscal year budget. It includes contractual obligations through collective bargaining agreements. And then it also includes modifications to class and comp for succession planning, organizational needs, operational needs, recruitment needs, and then it also does routine cleanup. So this is a routine request from HR, but additionally, HR is also seeking authorization from your board to post, to recruit and to post hard to fill positions for all of fiscal year 22-23 at the expanded salary range. The hopes for doing this is to speed recruitment timelines up and also to help broaden applicant pools. So hard to fill positions kind of encompass several, one being for positions where we have multiple failed recruitments. So like social worker 3 and child welfare services would be an example of that. Also those that require licenses, certifications, like engineers or public health nurses or auditor appraisers. And also those that have underperforming applicant pools. So prior to COVID and the Great Recession, we would have a large applicant pool for like an office assistant or a legal services specialist. But now we're seeing limited applicant pools. So broadening the range to also broaden the applicant pool. And then last, it would be for intrusive backgrounds. So custodians or maybe administrative positions in our law enforcement agencies. So with that, then the departments would also have the ability then to hire qualified candidates up to the 1.3 for hard to fill positions with written justification to HR. So with that, the cost associated with this action is actually largely administrative. The costs were already brought before your board June 28th with a proposed budget. And if necessary, if any other adjustments are needed, it would be brought before you at the final budget process. Any questions?
Questions from the board? Comment from the board myself is, you know what I don't understand is the difficulty across the board, the county, the counties, the state, the private sector. I would love to see some rationale about what is happening to our workforce. I don't understand it. I don't know that you can pay enough. It is what's missing, what's the gap in all of this that is creating the problem. And any input that you could provide in the future would be helpful. If there's a way to address whatever that is, I'd love to hear it. I haven't been able to figure it out. I don't understand why we're in the predicament we are. Because there are unemployed individuals in our community, and yet nobody seems to want to work. I don't get it. So just a comment, back to the board.
I'll move to approve.
Was there any comment from the public? Seeing no comment, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you very much. Either I'm really speedy or this is a really short meeting today. We have gone all the way through this and we are now down to board and staff member reports. Andy.
Oh, thank you very much. We've got a unique situation with the homeless along Northfield. There are encampments from Burger King all the way up past the motel with many shopping carts on that. And I wish we could look into that and cure that eyesore. It had a bunch of comments on illegal fireworks, and it was rather noisy on 4th of July. And I'd recommend that staff work with the Fire Chief Association to bring forward an ordinance, perhaps with teeth in it that can help. And if the fire chief would like to step up and give us a couple of comments on what we can do to help you out with the illegal fireworks. Do you want to get up or you want to? All right. Thank you. Okay. But if we could meet with the Fire Chiefs Association and work on an ordinance, would appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Don?
Okay. Beach Festival starts Friday evening, runs all day Saturday into Saturday night, I think till about 10 o'clock. Typically it's hot, and yes, it will be hot, but they're expecting a above average turnout. I think they have above average vendors. So it should be a good event. On affordable housing, City of Marysville's project on Ramirez is moving along good. Walls and roofs are up. It's a big complex, actually. And then, of course, Cedar Lane, most of them are painted. They look pretty classy. So if you get a chance, drive by and look at that big project.
Don, is there going to be any peach cobbler? That's what I'm interested in.
Well, Kerry Houck says there'll be 6,000. peach cobblers.
Okay.
I don't know how many the brick are making, but everybody seems to run out. So
you better get there early.
Maybe they need 10,000.
That's correct. I eat a lot of it. I can tell you. I love it. Seth, what you got? Gary?
So a few things this week. So first, I just wanted to thank Rachel Downs and the Yes to Yuba team. A few weeks ago, we met with a commercial developer in Plumas Lake, and they indicated that having updated statistics on the community and demographics would be very beneficial as they're out seeking businesses to locate in the community. And so Rachel put together this beautiful kind of brochure fact sheet, which we were able to share with the commercial developer, and also shared with some members of the community. And the feedback on it was just extremely positive, and everyone was very appreciative and impressed with what the county had produced. So thank you, Rachel and team. Last night I was able to attend a town hall meeting hosted by OPUD. They're looking to expand water and wastewater service to some areas of historic Olivehurst that don't have it, to the Buttercup, Butterfly neighborhood, as well as to Arboga. And it sounds like there are some state grants available that they're going to be able to tap into that will provide pretty much 100% of the cost to expand that service to areas that are interested, that they're looking at. The key will be there's a threshold that they have to get support from so many residents in a particular area or on a particular street. And if they do, then that area or street is able to move forward. So it's really exciting for folks in that area that are dependent on wells and septics to be able to get municipal water and wastewater service. So, and then also myself and Supervisor Fletcher next week will be going to Denver to represent Yuba County at the National Association of Counties Conference. So that's it.
And if anyone has some suggestions, like us to take information, let us know, and we'll try to retrieve that while we're there. We'll add to that.
Randy, would you allow me to, I forgot one thing.
I will.
I wanted to thank Health and Human Services, Jennifer and Adam, for the agreement with the OPUD. They're giving away, it was hidden in the consent agenda, but the provision of free swim passes and swim lessons for children aged 6 to 17 and swim exercise programs. Most people don't understand there's a lot of people that don't know how to swim. We take it for granted. And apparently there have been 10 incidents of unintentional drowning since the 2020. And I just wanted to make sure that we said thank you to Health and Human Services for spending $69,000 for swim passes.
Okay, very good. So on my left, we have two returning from vacation that need to be retrained. Any thoughts while you're off on vacation?
So when I returned, I had the grand jury report on my desk. I reviewed that last night, and coincidentally, there was an article in the newspaper today on one of the areas that they focused in on, which was on homelessness. And I just wanted to make sure the board's aware that I'll be working with staff to prepare a response for the board on that. I believe there's a lot of education there on what the county's already doing in that regard and plans to do, in the future. So I think we'll be able to provide a robust response on that particular item. I also wanted to remind the board, August 9th and 10th is going to be the board's budget workshops where you're going to have one-on-one time with each department. And then an item, and this is a department head item, but I wanted to make sure the board was aware of what we're doing is the department heads and key management staff are going to be meeting for an all-day retreat on August 29th to kind of work through, organizational topics. And I think it'll be, we haven't been able to get together as a group for some time. And so this will be a good opportunity for us. And it'll be also, I think, timely, considering it'll be right after our budget workshop, so we can kind of reflect on, information provided to us by the board at the budget workshops. And then we'll have the final budget prepared and presented to the board in September. And so that's,
are you inviting the board to the retreat?
No, this is if the board would like, we could kind of carve out a session. I'm still working on the agenda, but if there's a time when the board would like to come. Now, I do think that could cause some issues from the noticing requirements, et cetera. So I'll talk with county council about that, but
That'd be good.
let me know.
Okay. Michael?
Yes, thank you for the welcome back, but my thoughts are still on vacation. I have nothing further.
Do you have any thoughts of where to go on vacation that are really peaceful and restful? I'd appreciate it.
I do, but I think my doctor would advise against what my recommendation.
Okay, I'll take that as a real life scenario. Angela, any comments?
None, thank you.
Okay. So a couple of items really quick. Last week, I received a call from a retired Sutter County supervisor that had real concerns about something that's going around in the public today, which is the home LifeLock opportunity, where someone goes to the county clerk and files a document saying that your home is now their home, and you have to figure out how to unfix that mess. After discussion with Joe, I would ask that the board support some type of research through county council and the clerk's office to come up with what are your recommendations? What are the real facts? What happens in California? I believe this type of contract that they're selling is a nationwide with different rules throughout the states. But how does that affect California? How does that affect Yuba County? And is there anything that we can do that would be beneficial for the citizens of Yuba County?
My office
Is that supportive? I saw at least one head, maybe two. Yes, okay.
We'll be happy to look into that and report back to the board.
If you can come back within, say, 30 days of some type of, here's the facts, and here's what we would maybe recommend or look towards.
We'll work with the clerk's office to do that.
That'd be great. Thank you. And I'd like to close today's meeting on behalf of Sandra Bordson, which is a lifetime resident of the Foothills. From here, we go to closed session. There are 3 items, and we will adjourn to that at the moment.
Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com. Skip's Marysville Music Cafe, with lessons, in person and personalized. Instruments including guitars and amps, horns, strings for instruments, and a myriad of music and sound equipment. Skip's Marysville Music Cafe.